This is Professor Artcuhli from Artcuhli Plus. This YouTube channel is meant for all architectural students. I would particularly only aim for students from India or maybe from neighboring countries like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka or Pakistan can also watch it. But I wouldn't particularly will be very keen for students from USA or UK or Australia or Singapore or Europe to watch these videos, because I understand they have very good schools over there and they have very competent teachers over there, and generally they will not need any help from me actually. But in India, in my past 13 years of teaching, I observed that there are various scenarios in architecture colleges whereby the quality of education is in architecture college is suffering, and to say the least, students are also suffering. They do not enjoy the courses. Many of them are put off, and they lose faith in the course. And generally, the experience of going to college and being there is not very good. So I will try to give you a backup from Artcuhli Plus to all students actually. You see, those students who are studying in bad colleges, they can always listen to my videos, have a look at my videos, and feel a emotional support from me, so that they find a meaning in the course. They find that they progress and they make steady growth, and their ideas are expanded, their range of works are improving, and all that thing, and make the whole process enjoyable for them. So my only purpose is to make sure that all students enjoy my videos and they enjoy the architecture course, because it is a beautiful course actually. You see, I normally tell all my students regarding architecture course that all other courses maybe they are about bread and butter actually, but architecture course is not about bread and butter. Of course, bread and butter we do earn, but it is more about culture actually. So architecture course will definitely make you a cultured human being actually. And then as soon as you enroll in architecture course, after that not a single day, single moment will be dull for you actually. The only criteria, only minimal thing is that you start enjoying it, you start to get involved, go deep into the course actually. Then everything you look around, you watch any movies or look anything around, you always have that eye of an architecture student or as an architect to find order and to find why it is like that, whatever it is actually, and connect with that actually. So that will happen actually. So you see, architecture course can be taken as a base degree. I've seen now lately many different people who pursue different careers, like even army, defense, or IS or IFS, Indian Foreign Service, and also IPS. They prefer to take architecture as a base degree because it gives them that humanistic approach and that pragmatic approach to their work, the future work which they will do diligently actually. So it is picking up as a base degree for many people. And then the students who want to pursue career in architecture, of course, they have to be very more diligent actually, and they have to undergo the course as if a sports person, going pro. So whenever a sports person is going pro, he is under a competent coach, and then all his instructions and training and his diet, everything is controlled and instructed by his coach, and he is very very diligent in following the instructions of this coach. So that same rapport have to be formed between you and me, and of course your teachers from your architecture school, and follow diligently all the instructions. And if you have any doubt, of course you have right to clarify anything. That is not an issue actually, but don't ignore any instructions actually. So that will happen. If you want to succeed as an architect, you need some background actually. So suppose you have background of rich family, and then of course you will have a very good chances of success, because if you are still diligently studying properly actually, then you will also get a chance to grow abroad and take a degree from any of the foreign countries, and maybe you take some experience there, and then when you come back and then you take experience for local with a local architect for 2-3 years, then you can simply start your own practice as soon as one of your dad's friend who is rich also want to give some project to you, or any of your relatives want to give a project to you, and that project becomes your base to success actually. Because if you make that project a good project, then it can act like a body of work from your side for others to look at, and then it will also help you to progress in your career. So this model I have seen many of my friends, they have succeeded in this manner actually, so I can vouch for that actually. Then another way of succeeding is that if your father is already an architect and is already established, at least a medium level office scale, medium level like office with people with 5 to 6 people as staff, So in this case also, when you do the same other things, going abroad and come back, and you can work with other people for 2-3 years, then you take over your father's firm. Then you can also take your father's firm to great levels actually. So that also is a model which I know some of my friends, they have succeeded in that manner. And third model is that you actually are from average family, or even a lower middle class family, it doesn't matter, but then you have to work very very hard. You have to work so hard during the studies also, and during the studies also you have to make up your mind that where you want to take your career into, like typology of buildings, like do you want to go into hospitality buildings, or you want to go into medical hospital buildings, or do you want to go into residential buildings, or do you want to go into commercial malls, or like that. And then or you want to go into sustainable buildings. Of course sustainable buildings can come in all categories, but somebody will say he want to work on site and work on hands-on, rather than sitting always in AC office and making computer aided drawings and designs and walkthrough. Instead of that, he is more comfortable working on site along with laborers and other contractors. So those kind of people also, if they want to work like that, they have to make up their mind early, and then during internship and also later on, they have to start with similar kind of architects where they want to put their career. And then if you are really working very hard for another 5 years, you gain a lot of experience, very solid experiences. like you feel that I had enough, and then still you continue. Like you do it at least 2 times. When you feel I want to really is enough, still you continue 2 times more. And then after that, whenever you get any good project to start with, or sometimes it may happen that one of the client from that same firm will branch out, will taking you along with him, and say that I'll support you and you can please do my project. Because sometimes what happens when the firm is becoming big, then clients don't get attention, they really seek from the architect. So then they are looking for some junior architect from the same office who will give the similar kind of building, similar kind of service, and he's ready to compromise something on the big boss architect ideas, and give the support to this junior architect and make his get it jobs done. But this is also, I've seen a lot of success models like this in many of my friends actually. And apart from this, I don't know, you can also do some what you call turnkey projects, so where you also design and you also are a contractor actually. So this can be done openly nowadays. The council will give permission to do it. Some people, as I've seen, they actually also charge for design, and they don't call it turnkey project, but they give some quotations which are again their own firms, but they give some fake contractors, but they are all his own people, and they get money from the both sides actually. So even that is happening actually. So you can pick and choose any of these carriers for you actually. And then for example, if you are looking for some government job, I do not know, there are very few government jobs which are very interesting actually. But now there are some township project also coming up actually. So smart cities project actually, they are coming up. Sometimes they are supported by government. So either you can work as a private consultant actually, or you can work with the government to do those smart cities project, from the government side actually. Or you can also bid like government projects where the competitor is invited actually. That is also there actually. So those kind of projects you can work on actually. And then for competitive projects, of course, you have to be very, very good in ideas actually. So that is why you see you have to form it some design philosophy, how smart you are actually. So those all things I will discuss later on in detail actually, how you can make yourself always a smart guy to think of new ideas and all that. Actually, design itself is an idea actually. So that is an idea in certain visual form actually, solving some issues and giving some answers actually to questions framed actually. Then you see the fun part about architecture is that you will not have any dull moment in your life. This is for sure, because whatever you are looking at, like you will never feel guilty. Like suppose you are watching the movie, then you will look at the camera angle, you look at the lights available, you look at the script, you look at the movement, you look at the sets, you look at the sound quality, the sound design, you look at the photography. So all that will make you feel that you are working actually. So if you're reading a book, again you look at the design of the cover, you look at the way the sentences are crafted and the paragraph are crafted, the emotional part, or if there is a suspense thriller, then how the suspense is viewed in the story, the character building, all that also is a very interesting part. So whatever you do actually, it is not a dull moment for you, and it looks like you are always working actually. So that is the interesting part about being an architect actually. And then apart from that, I will also make some technical subject easy for you. So I will help you in like the entry level. I discuss something about who can take the courses. Then once you are in courses, And then I will say what will be, how to orient yourself to first year courses, then second year courses, then third year courses, and fourth year courses, and 5 years courses, fifth year courses. So every year, I will make some different videos for every year. And then I will also discuss about some NATA thing. Actually, I will not conduct any NATA courses, but I will generally talk a little bit about NATA actually, because I'm not interested to go in that NATA department actually. I'm not interested in that actually. So there are some other people who are doing good work there, so let them continue actually. If I find something interesting people who are doing good NATA in your town, and if you ask me a question, I'll give the name. That is different issue actually. So also I will discuss about some interior design ideas also, and then I will also discuss something about project management or design build actually. Some of those also I will discuss actually, because my master's is in construction management actually. And my bachelor's is in BH. I done my bachelor's from Manipal School of Architecture and Planning, Manipal actually. So that semi-urban background, very nice picturesque hillock site, along with ODP town nearby, and a little bigger town in Bengaluru. So I really enjoyed the setup of 5 years by studying in Manipal. And then I went into my field of working actually. Then I think my first time I went abroad in '92. I went to Riyadh, to work for one real estate company actually. I worked there for 15 months. I came back to India, and I joined Kamala Raja Vidyanidhi Institute of Architecture as a senior lecturer actually. And I worked there for 2 years, along with director Sen Kapadia and other colleagues of mine. And many of the people who had come from abroad, from USA, UK and European countries, or some have come from Australia and Singapore and other countries. So I was observing them very keenly, how they are delivering the lecture, how they are talking to students, and what is their body language and what they are doing actually generally. So I picked up a lot of nuances of teaching from there. And then I knew at that particular moment, when those 2 years when I was working there, I had a little tough time because the salary was not so high actually. So I could barely manage my 2 ends actually. And then but I stuck to studying, teaching there, because I knew that this is very important for me actually. And I always used to give assurance to myself when I was in Manipal School of Architecture, because I knew that was not a good school actually to begin with. I was the 3rd batch when I entered there, and I found all my teachers there, but they were not so great people. And they had some HOD, some people who are little crazy people, and they will not listen to students, and they are not very flexible, and very rigid and all that. And some teachers were inspiring actually. They were really meticulous and very nice people. So anyhow, but we enjoyed the background of studying there actually, and some teachers were really supportive. So it helped us to go through that very, very, very nicely, smoothly. And then I was telling that when I was in Manipal, I was always thinking that I will get more chance to brush up my skills of studying architecture in some place. So that was what was happening at Kamala Raja Vidyanidhi Institute of Architecture, where I was getting more chance to listen to all these great teachers and all people who were really, some of them were really good architects and good practicing young people. And of course the senior people like Sen Kapadia, who had worked with Lee Khan and Lake Aberjan, also with B.B. Doshi. So that was really interesting phase for me actually, where I picked up a lot of fine nuances of teaching and grabbing attention of students actually. And actually, you see, while I was there, I was actually touched by the students who were suffering. Actually, I would see that some students they will really do very well, and students will also teachers will also like them, and they will appreciate them and all that. And some students will be not able to cope up with the assignments, and they will not able to cope up with the quality of assignment expected from the teachers. So my attention went to this kind of students, and I wanted to help them actually. And some of these students, I personally talk to them and help them to and then after a lot of discussion, when they picked up and they could prove themselves, I was feeling good about that. So this part I noted in my mind, that whenever I go now, wherever I go, I'll seek out to all big students actually. And it also just happened to be that big students, maybe they were also from lower middle class or middle class. They don't have enough facilities at home to like big homes to spread out their drawings and all that. Sometimes even those are the difficulties students face actually. So I picked up from there that let's help these big students and all that, and let's bring them up actually. So when I started teaching again in 2011 actually, when I came back from my other assignments from abroad, then I went to all these colleges as a visiting faculty actually, because I had no MArch. So I enrolled in MArch course in 2012 in Ratna Sansad, Academy of Architecture for project management courses, and I graduated in 2014 December. And after that, I could get my first assignment as a what you call co-faculty in one college in Ahmedabad. And then from there I started off, and then I became the first time the principal in 2015 in one college in Bengaluru. There I was there for 6 months, and because that chairman had no money to run architecture course, he had no idea how to run it, so I couldn't continue there. And then again I became principal in another college in Kerala actually. And that college was some kind of education trust. So there I got some good support from the management. So I run that college very nicely, 15 months with very nice ideas, and even the teachers there were mostly they were good actually. So I got support from them also, and students they really loved me there. Students loved me everywhere actually. So that is there. Students always love me wherever I go actually, because my focus is on students actually. So I cannot understand how teaching can happen without putting students in the center of everything actually. So for me, students are always in center of everything actually. So after that, in that 15 months after that, again something happened. Then I have to leave from that college, and then I went around and I came back again to another college. I became principal again in one college in Kerala. Again, this assignment was also for 7 months, but then I did whatever I had to do for them, and then now I am online, because I feel that all this my from 2011, and if you count that one college which I Kamala Raja in 93, 94, 95, 94, 95, 96, and then 11 to 2022. I almost taught in 30 colleges across 15 cities across 9 states of India. So now I am not looking for any job. I am now going to settle down on making YouTube videos for you all, and giving you emotional support and all that. And I'm actually looking forward to some good rapport, good emotional build up between you and me, because I build a lot of emotional bond with so many students, but then I had to leave, and then it was very difficult for students also, difficult for me also, because I never shifted any job on my own accord actually, because I felt it is not good to jump jobs. But then wherever I went, something will happen and I have to leave. The management will decide you have to go, and I'm say okay, fine, thank you, bye bye. So that has but students, they love me at every place. So that has given me tremendous confidence. Because then students watching for me, they say you are the fantastic guy. We love you and all that. It's really, I don't think it will be so wrong actually. They can't be so wrong actually. 10,000 students cannot be so wrong actually. So let's hope to do best, and let's begin somewhere. So looking forward, I'm releasing this teaser video for all of you, and then I will start my structured educational videos. And my channel is called as Artcuhli Plus. Now somebody can ask me why it is called Artcuhli Plus. Well, some other time I'll explain. There is some reason behind that. But you can say it is my adopted name actually. It is my adopted name. It is actually, sometimes I really feel I should go to some name changing, I don't know, some collector office, I don't know where it is changed, and really give affidavit and change my name. But right now I'm okay. My Artcuhli is not bad actually. But Artcuhli Plus, there is a good reason why it is Artcuhli Plus. I'll explain that later on. So for time being, only this. See you again in my next video. Bye for now. Thank you. The background of studying there actually, and some teachers were really supportive, so it helped us to go through that very nicely, smoothly. And then so when I went to Riyadh after that, I was telling that when I was in Kamla Haja. I was telling that when I was in Manipal, I was always thinking that I will get more chance to brush up my skills of studying architecture in some place. So that was what was happening at Kamla Raja Vidyanisthi Institute of Architecture.